Good morning. Just for to put this on tape, today is Friday, December 20th, 2024. I'm with the Knox County Commission. On your left, you see Ronnie Leckby, center. You've got Leslie Cardwell, and right, you've got Luther Green. And we are in the Knox County Courthouse in the Knox County Commission chambers. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
I just wanted to do a very quick update with you guys and talk about everything that you have accomplished in 2024, kind of a wrap up of this year, and just see if anything specifically that projects that you've worked on or progress that you've made anywhere that you specifically can talk about, maybe for the county as a whole or even just for your district. So we want to start on the left and move to the right with Luther. You want to?
We had 2 swings built and put out the lakes, one in each lake. And we got a climbing tower put out to Burn Lake, Cedar Lake. And that's drawn a lot of kids out there. We put in tire, what do you call it? Mulch, tire mulch around the sets, around the climbing tower, so if anybody falls, they won't hurt.
And did you put some of that? Didn't you go out and put some of that stuff in yourself?
I helped you. Robin. Swans helped, and Brandy, my daughter, helped. So we got that all done. So, and some guys from the county helped even. So we got put in. So that's, I think, accomplishment out there. So I think the kids will always do it out there.
I think so too.
Let's have Ryan go next.
I think the biggest thing that we got going on the eastern side, we finally had our pre-construction meeting for the Rebel Run Bridge, which would be Clark's Bottom, here just south of Edina. It's been a work in progress for about the last 5 years. We've been pushing real hard on this, so, construction should start January 6th on that, and then hopefully have that finished up in May. So it's a pretty good positive. We've been kind of working on and excited to kind of see that go. I think it'll be a safety aspect, keep some farm machinery off the highway out front here, or when there are things going on, it'll give us another access road into town and out of town if something happens on the highway. So I think it's a huge benefit for the county. Excited to see it.
Okay. Les, do you have anything?
I have a 2023 year in review and outlook for 24 that you can have. I'll be preparing another one of those. We'll get to the end of this year where we can put real numbers to it, see what we've accomplished and where we're going, where we come from. I would point out one of the things that we worked on this year is this article we put in the January 10th Sentinel. Have you had a chance to follow up on that? I've been waiting on your, it says there'll be more to come. Have you followed up on some of this stuff that you put in the January 10th Sentinel where you basically slammed this commission? Have you had a chance to follow up on any of that?
Are you talking about the whistleblower story?
Yeah.
I guess I just will have questions about that. Like, have you guys been in communication with legal? Are you currently in any type of negotiations as far as, have there been any lawsuits filed or, what's happening on the background of that? Have you heard anything?
Well, I would ask you the questions that, you said that well-documented claims of wrongdoing. Would you care to provide any of those well-documented claims of wrongdoing? That indicates that you know they're well-documented. Would you care to follow up? Would you care to put more of that out there?
I believe we published what we had in the newspaper.
Which was, I don't see what's well-documented.
Okay. I'll have to look back at the story and go through it.
You also put in there that people were wanting to hand out cards to sue the county. Basically, the way that reads. Would you care to identify who those people were that had cards that they're ready to sue the county? It had to be the elected officials and the staff. It indicates that you've seen it. Would you care to name those people, or would you rather not?
The way a confidential source works is I do not name them.
So it was in the hallway, it's public, but you could name them if you wanted to. There's no confidential. That was something you seen. Nobody told you that. It reads, courthouse staffers and elected officials gathered. Some handed her the names and numbers of lawyers. I just wonder, would you care to name the people in this building that have cards in their pocket ready to hand out for lawyers to sue the county?
If you had their identities, would you retaliate against them?
No. I just think the public, why not put it in there? Why not put it out and let the public know?
Why do you want to know so badly?
I don't. I just wonder why you don't report it. You asked for documentation from FEMA. The email that you asked about FEMA when that was rejected, did you intend to report on that?
Are you still in the process of dealing with FEMA?
Yes.
And applying for
Yes.
some type of an appeal and all of that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will continue to collect that information.
Where I'm going, and this is, nobody signs up for this. Nobody signs up to do these jobs for this.
So I guess the question for
I
you
feel
would
like
be,
it was a slam at the county. I think it hurt the Sentinel. I think it hurts our entire population.
the basis of that story was that she was being bullied by you. So are you denying that you aggressed towards her in the altercation that was described in the newspaper?
Yes.
You're denying that?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you follow
Are
up
you
with
denying that you've
the
aggressed
sheriff?
towards anyone else in this courthouse?
Did you follow up with the sheriff or the city police when you said that they were bullied? What was the word you used? That I harassed them or tried to get them to falsify records. That's real easy. Did you follow up with either one of those?
We did follow up with the sheriff, and he passed that information on to an outside investigator.
Did
It's
you,
my recollection.
you ask him flat out if I bullied him or tried to get him to falsify documents?
Unreported conversations I've had with anyone that could be considered off the record aren't something I'm willing to discuss.
I'll go back. The Donna Sentinel is a huge part of our community, and there's so much good comes out of it. And we need the Sentinel. We need the communication. We need to be able to communicate openly between the commission and you. But when you put something together like this, I've lived here my whole life. You know how many times I've been federally investigated in my lifetime? You took this to Jeff City, did you not? Did you go to Jeff City and ask questions about this when it happened?
I've been to Jeff City, but not to ask questions about.
So you're
This
going to deny
specific
that
case.
you went to Jeff City and took this to the Capitol building to talk about this in the Capitol building?
I did not take that to Jeff City to talk about it inside the Capitol building. I have been to Jeff City.
And not talked about this whistleblower? Did you talk about this whistleblower in the Capitol to elected officials?
I'll have to think about it. It's been a long year. I was in Jeff City around the time that article was published. Yeah, I'll have to think about it.
Where I'm at, I think it's clear. I want to be able to communicate. I want to be able to do good for this community. I want to try to improve everything and everybody. When we're in these positions, sometimes we have to make decisions that we don't like. But I go back to the way that article was written. I feel like it was a slam, not only at me, but these two got thrown under the bus too. And I regretted that it ever happened. I think it was, I don't think it done our community any good. It definitely was hurtful towards me and my family. And I think it was hurtful to the Sentinel as well, and hurtful to the entire community. So,
Does
for
anyone,
today, what's that?
I mean, does anyone here care about what was hurtful to Michelle Gilbert? You know, I'll just ask the both of you. Ronnie, have you ever witnessed Les bullying anyone in this building, in this room?
As far as bull, I mean, there's been discussion. I mean, we've had very many heated discussions up here. That's a multiple, occurrence when we have topics up here. As far as bullying goes, I mean, I've never seen him threaten her or anything like that. So.
Has he ever bullied you? Has he ever aggressed you? Was there ever a time when he came towards you and you felt he might hit you? Has that ever happened?
No, I mean, we've had some discussions. I mean, we've had some things where, when we were talking that, we weren't getting along. The only thing that would have happened is at one point he had papers in his hand when we were talking, he held them up like this. That would have been the closest thing that he's.
Was there ever a time that you left your seat to get further away from him?
No.
What about you, Luther? Have you ever witnessed Les bullying anyone or being aggressive?
No,
What about with Michelle?
I never seen anything. So, the day that they was supposed to have the argument or bullying, I was here, but I didn't see any of it. I was looking at my computer when it all happened, so I didn't see anything.
Do you believe Michelle?
I don't know, it's a topic that's up in the air, so I don't know.
What was the question?
Do I believe Michelle? So,
Do you?
Same story, I don't know.
I will be flat out, I'm direct. Just like I'm being direct right now. I don't think I'm bullying you. I think I'm being very direct and putting it out there the way that I feel. I don't think I'm bullying you.
I don't feel like I'm being bullied. I don't feel like I'm being bullied at all.
Some people, when you...
I mean, we had a conversation up here, what was it, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And we had a sheriff deputy come in here because someone called him up here because I guess we were being too loud in here.
Voices.
But we were just talking. The problem is echoes carry down that hallway pretty loud sometimes. Not all days are gonna be good days up here when you're dealing with people that are very emotional about their properties, different things like that. There's gonna be bad days up here. There's gonna be some loud days up here. But not all days are going to be like that.
There's three of us up here, we can't all agree on everything all the time.
And to that, I would point out you closed the door again.
Because it's loud, yeah. It is loud out there.
Well, that's what we deal with, so we try to leave the door open no matter what because of an article that got written. So that door, we try to leave that door open all the time. When you come in here, usually, almost always, you close the door. And it's because of the noise in the hallway and the way sound carries in this building. So, anyway, that's what I got to say about it. We'll start off next year. We got 2 new commissioners coming. I'm sad to see these guys go. They have been tremendous amount of help to get me started. There was so much stuff I didn't know. And yeah, and I'm sure Billy and John and I will have the same thing. They're gonna come in with ideas. I've encouraged them to make those ideas known to me. Whether we will agree every day on everything to do, that's 1,000% that we will not. It's just how we work through it, how we progress, and looking forward to next year. This year has been a huge success, in my opinion. We've negotiated a huge decrease in our health insurance. We'll see when we get closer to budget time exactly how many dollars that is, but it's tens of thousands. We spread more rock this year. I went back into the records for several years, and I don't think the county, I don't even know when the county spread as much rock as we were able to spread this year. So the county guys at the barn, they stepped up. We've got less employees, but they're doing more work with less fuel. We've saved tens of thousands of dollars on our fuel over the last 2 years. So we do have a lot of things going in a positive direction. We're working to get engineering on the foundation around the courthouse to try to figure out our water issues with our basement, paying down the debt. We sold some surplus equipment. We've made that payment on to get the debt down because I feel like our county debt's too high. But yeah, we'll be putting out a report like that one that I gave you for 24 and outlooks for 25. But I feel like the county is in a really good position, and I feel like it's because of the work that we have done as a commission. No one person can do this job. It takes all 3 of us. And so I feel like we've got a lot of positive things going on. And I would include the Seaver Lakes. I would encourage people to go out to the Seaver Lakes and look at the lakes. Try to get some idea, I'll put it in there probably in that report, what's been spent on the lakes in the last 2 years, because it's quite a bunch. But I think the lakes are, I guess I look at them as half full instead of half empty. I think the lakes are in really good shape. We're getting a lot of positive feedback from the people that are using the lakes. So I think we've made progress there too. So, and not to say, I do feel like the lakes was in good condition when I got here. I don't think we've reinvented the lake to do anything out there. I feel like they were in good condition, but I feel like they're equally as good today as they were or better. So, anyway.
We've got another plum for water this year, so.
Yeah. And on the budget topics, I mean, that's one thing where, last 6 years since I've been here, worked with 4 different commissioners beside me. When I first came in, we were in a lot different situation than where we are now, especially when it came time to budgeting. We would put out a list of what we were wanting to do, and then we would have to go through and see what we had to take away because we didn't have it in the budget, with funds coming in and other things like that. And our debt was so high we had to pay towards things, and that took a lot of our money away to be able to do other things with. When we would be looking at year to year, when I first came in, rolling over $100,000 or $200,000 left over after a year, to where now we have a little over $1 million in the surplus that is going to be rolled over after the first year. I feel like we're in a lot better situation than we were. But that's not just what I've done, it's what the commissioners beside me, the ones before them, done to help us get to this spot. And then that's what's going to be for those commissioners that are going to take over this spot and lose their spot, to continue on and to try to help the community and the county to continue to grow, to continue to do better, and to continue to build on what we have. And the main thing is we all have to work together so we can succeed. If we're not working together, then we're all going to fail together. So that's the only thing that I think I would end on, from being up here, is just going forward. I just hope that we have, good communication and good follow through, and everybody works together to help the county succeed.
Luther, do you have any advice for your, the next person who comes in, or anyone who, you know, comes in after you in the future into this seat, Western District Commissioner?
Just listen to the people and try to do the best you can, listen to your other guys here, so that's about all you can do.
Do you wanna end on it? Anything else to add before we wrap this thing up?
Just kind of going to the question you asked, I've encouraged them to come in with ideas. I think change is positive. Not that these guys weren't doing a good job. It's just change brings new ideas. Some of those ideas will work, some of them won't. But if you don't try something, if you don't look at options, you're just stuck in a rut. And I've always said, if you're not going up, you're going down. You're not on a level plane. If you're not trying to improve yourself, you're going downhill. So I encourage them to come in with ideas and see what they can bring to the table, and then we'll feel our way through it as we get. And it's why they have the county government set up to where the first day you come in, you've got to have a budget done in less than 3 weeks. Blows my mind, because by the time we get the year-end numbers to even start on, we're 10 days into January, and then you've got 10 more days to put the budget completely together. It's a load. But Billy's been coming in. You've attended several meetings. John's made a few. They're kind of getting their feet wet, kind of getting to understand what's coming. He went to training Monday.
Yeah.
And so we get a couple months into this and get our county commission training under their belts and stuff, and I think it's all good.
When is the last meeting of this commission for this year? Is it the
30th.
30th?
27th. 30th, yeah, you're right.
Is that a Monday?
Yeah.
That's my birthday. I won't forget. And then we're doing swearing at 9.
Is that what time
I
it
think
is?
so.
On the 30th.
Mm-hmm.
It was the 30th, I just can't remember what time.
Swearing at 9. Okay, well, I'll come in and take everybody's pictures and all of that. Okay, if any of you have anything else to add before we...
The swearing in, and they confirmed that with the judge, because the last
Yeah.
time they did.
I went over and asked to make sure.
All right. Well, gentlemen, Ronnie and Luther, thank you very much for your service to this county's serving as our Eastern and Western District County Commission. Luther, when did you start your term?
January 2nd, 2020.
It's been a ride.
It is.
And when did you start your term?
November of 2018.
Okay. In on appointment and then elected, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. And just because, Les, when did you start your term?
January 1st of 22 to 23, January 1st of 23.
So you're coming in to ending your second full year in office. Okay. Well, thank you all for your service, gentlemen, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut this video down for now. I'm Echo Menges for the United Sentinel and Nemo News Media Group. Thank you for watching.